Love it when NASCAR comes out west because folks like you, Danica Patrick, get to stop by in studio. Good to see you.
Hi, thank you. Good to be seen.
You just flew in, correct? That just happened?
Yep, just landed with, 25 bags, 2 dogs, but they run around so much you might as well just have 6.
Come on
It's
now.
National Puppy Day.
It is National Puppy Day.
I just posted a picture because I knew that, and I just found that out, and our dogs are the cutest dogs alive. I'm pretty sure.
I mean...
Just like babies. My baby's the cutest.
Right.
Do you have a dog?
I do.
Is your dog the cutest dog alive?
He is a human being. He's not a dog.
I agree.
He is a person.
Oh, gosh.
How does
just pipe down over there.
Come on.
You stop. Pipe
How does
down.
your dog sleep at night? Where does your dog sleep?
Well,
at night?
he's getting close to 14, so he doesn't make it up the steps. But we just put it's like a shrine on our couch.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Well, Ella, one of the dogs, the Malinois, she's like a human. She sleeps with her head on the pillow with me.
You go, girl. I love that.
It's
Now,
very
you
sweet.
guys pipe down over there. Chris is upset because a dog once caused his plane to land because he pooped in the aisle on a U.S. Airways flight.
And they had to land the plane? I mean, what happens if a human poops? Do they land it too?
Went 3 times. This was a big dog, allegedly a service dog.
Allegedly.
So people were starting to
People
throw
started
up
throwing
then.
up.
It
Yes.
was like, it was becoming quite
gross.
Made
mischief.
national news.
Why
Yeah, it
wouldn't you
good.
stay tuned for the rest of this conversation?
Yeah,
Don't
it's
go anywhere.
going
Back
really
with
well.
more. She drives the number 10 car for Stewart Haas Racing, that number 10 Ford car that you will see at the Auto Club 400 in Fontana, California this very weekend when NASCAR stops by, just like Danica Patrick has stopped by the show studio. Good to see you, Danica Patrick.
Thank you.
So, Southern California, you got a spot out here in the West Coast? Right?
Yes,
You got a
Phoenix.
spot? Okay.
Yep. I
So you
have a
just
house
came
in
up from
Phoenix, so been there all week. It was about average temp of, including overnight lows, of probably 80 for 2 weeks.
Oh my
and
gosh. Okay.
And then today it was 55 this morning.
Now you're in
So
Southern
I said to my
California.
boyfriend Ricky, because we both like warm weather, I'm like, well, it's time to leave.
Mm-hmm. And now you are here in Southern California getting ready. How is it different racing out here in Southern California as opposed to the rest of the country? I know you're obviously making left turns but in terms of coming out.
It's really not too much different.
Okay.
The weather's nice. You might see a few more celebrities at the race,
Like who?
because we're close to LA.
Drop a name. What do you got? Who
I
do you
think
want to say?
one of the Desperate, or one of the Real Housewives. I said Desperate. I used to watch that show.
Desperate Housewives,
The
right.
Real Housewives of.
They might be desperate themselves, though.
I don't remember. I think
Real
it's
and
Beverly
desperate.
Hills. One of them bought an auction item to come to the race.
Okay.
And meet me and everything. So
All right.
that'll be someone. I mean, I remember back in the day when I saw Bruce Jenner at the race.
Bruce
like
would
that.
Bruce would come by
Yeah,
the
he
race.
loves cars.
Okay. Well, now maybe Caitlin will be there
Caitlin,
in the garage area.
Yeah.
But you should probably button up which housewife it is before they come.
I know.
Before they come and collect their charity
I'm
event for
just
that.
trying to keep my people straight.
Okay.
My memory for names is.
Really? Do you remember the name
Thank
of this
God
show?
your name is
It's
on the cup. That's how bad it is.
Right there on the mug.
I have only one special talent for memory,
Okay.
and that's wine bottles. That's the only special human talent trick I have for memory.
Okay. So what's your favorite bottle of wine?
Well, my own, but
Oh, you do? I honestly did not know.
Yeah.
You are a vintner as well as a driver.
I am.
What is
It
it?
just got released. It's called Somnium.
Somnium.
And it means to dream, because I thought having a winery would just be a dream. So it just released. So somniumwine.com.
Well, you know
But anyway, that's not why I'm here. But
Okay.
the point is
Sure.
that's the only thing I have a memory for. Like, I'll see a bottle walk by and I'm like, I know what that is. You know.
You do, just by the label or
Yeah.
something like that?
Yeah.
Are you a
Yeah.
cab drinker? What type
Yeah,
of? Okay.
I like red. Yeah.
I like the big booming reds.
Well, then it's a California red.
That's what you got?
Yep.
Somnium? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to try that out. You
No
know,
drinking and driving. We're racing this
I
weekend.
was about to say, I understand.
That's right. And plus,
Mm-hmm.
my sponsor, Aspen Dental, red wine is not the best for your teeth. It fit. I mean, I let it fit.
But you can bring it all underneath the tent, the Danica Patrick tent. You can have a wine, you can have a teeth
Like the
sponsor. No, that you're
like in the garage area.
No, what I'm saying is
That would be the fanciest garage area ever.
That you
like
can-
start here, have some wine, and then get your teeth cleaned over here by Aspen Dental, and then
Do you have a
make your
cheese sponsor?
rounds.
Do you have a cheese
like
sponsor?
tax access sponsor. You could do like get your taxes done on the way out the other side,
That sounds like a hell of a weekend, quite frankly, to me.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Well, you can come. Would you like to come?
I would love to.
Okay,
Absolutely.
you're invited.
Thank you very
I'll
much.
get my people with your people.
Our people will get together and figure this
My
thing out.
best friends asked for tickets for the race, and I'm like, I just call someone. I don't know.
You don't even know the name of the person. You have no memory
it's
whatsoever.
like sometimes call Haley, sometimes call Allison, sometimes call Annette. So it just depends on the situation.
Danica Patrick here on the Rich Eisen Show. You know the old phrase of how to make a small fortune in the wine business.
Yeah, spend a big one.
Well, you go into the wine business with a large fortune.
Yeah,
That's
why
the way it
I
goes.
thought I couldn't do it because I didn't have enough money.
Where are the grapes? Where do they
I have my own vineyard, but I don't have my own winery, so I don't make it there.
go? Okay.
So that's the difference. So I own a vineyard.
Okay.
And so I have a label in a vineyard, and then I custom crush.
And they. What does that mean? Custom
That
crush?
means that it's at a different facility.
Okay. That I like it.
But it's still like for me, so it's still
Okay.
kind of custom.
All right. How do you become a Cubs fan? You grew up in
Go
Wisconsin,
Cubs,
right?
go!
Did you hear that?
Number one,
Theo
most
Epstein?
yeah, that's well, duh. I mean, it took 108 years to get there, right?
Yeah.
So, I think it was because Kurt and I went to Game 5, along with Ricky and one of Kurt's friends, and it was Ricky's first game to Wrigley to see the Cubs, and
There's a photograph right
the
there.
guy in the
There's
middle
proof.
there that was with Kurt, his friend, he was like so angry
What do you
that
mean?
it was Ricky's first game and it was at the World Series for the Cubs.
that makes sense.
And they
Back that
won.
play, yeah,
he was like,
yeah.
it's just not fair. You haven't
it's
put your
not fair.
time in.
Right.
We actually sat next to Brian McCaskey, too, from the Chicago Bears.
From the Bears.
Yep,
So
him and his son.
Are you a Bears fan
I
too?
am. I'm
No, hold
kind
on
of
a second.
excited about our new change.
What is that?
No,
What's
I don't know.
Not a
What's
color
happened with
fan.
the Bears lately?
No. but you're from Wisconsin. Are you allowed to be?
No. See, we lived on the state line. So I was born in Beloit, Wisconsin, but
Okay.
we lived in South Beloit, Illinois.
Okay. So the hospital.
So I was born a cheesehead, but I'm really a fib.
a fib, which is.
I don't know if I can say that out loud, but that's what they call us. Nice try.
Figure it out, I think.
Because the I is the bad word, or the
I don't know.
I think that probably if I had to guess, the letter F would be the bad word.
Probably.
Right there.
Probably. But anyway, I'm from Illinois.
So you're from Illinois,
Yeah.
technically. Okay, so that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine that you, because I saw
I'm
that
sure
you're
I
from
spent
Wisconsin.
a night or two, the first night or two of my life in Wisconsin, but that's
Okay,
it.
and then that's it.
That's it.
So you're a Bear fan and you're a Cub fan, and
How can you not be a Blackhawks fan? Because they're really good.
okay, I want to
They're
take
usually
I
really
want to take
good.
a 60-second break and come back. I want to hear what happened in Game 5 after
they
Game
won.
5. No, what happened afterwards? Kurt Busch
We sang "Go Cubs Go."
told a story
Oh,
that he's told a story on Monday, and I just want to know if there's any other there.
oh, okay.
Okay, that's Danica Patrick, and then we'll talk some racing as
Okay.
well. That's coming up in 60 seconds with Danica Patrick here on The Rich Eisen Show.
I'll tell you though, that Game 5 was out of control party. Did you go out partying afterwards, Game 5? I met this guy. He's like, all right, man, we're going in the kitchen. It's 2 a.m. and they're trying to kick everybody out. Just stay right here. So we stayed in the back alley for a little bit, came back in. Literally, this door opens. There's a drum set sitting there. Eddie Vedder rolls in and starts singing Go Cubs Go. Bill Murray rolls in. I'm there. I was there with Danica Patrick. She's a big Cubs fan.
That was Kurt Busch on Monday, and now the big Cubs fan here in the flesh, Danica Patrick here on The Rich Eisen Show.
We
Okay.
had fun. I mean, we had a good night. I mean, the good night was that the Cubs won, and Game 5 is always the pivotal game. So of course they went on to do it.
Right.
But I did not see Eddie Vedder play the drums that night.
Okay.
At one point in
What do you
time,
mean?
we were at Murphy's, the
Yeah,
famous
that's-
bar.
that's what he was talking about,
So
right.
they brought us upstairs first, and so then it got too crowded, so we went down into the bar, and Kurt was like, "Yep, this is what they do to get rid of the people like us. They send us down here because they say it's too busy, and the party still goes on upstairs."
Oh.
But everyone kind of did file down, and we thought, "Is that Eddie Vedder? Is that Eddie Vedder?" And I don't think that he was there at that point in time. But then Ricky and I weren't really partying hard, and so we kind of got tired, and we had to get up early. So we left, and we got the driver to take us home, and then we told Kurt and his friend, we were like, "Hey, the driver will come back for you. I have a place in Chicago," so I was like, just have him take you right back to the exact same place. That way you won't have to tell him directions or anything. He'll know where to go. And
you crash at your spot?
and crashed at my house.
Okay.
And so I set the bed up. I have 2 bedrooms, so I had 1 extra bedroom, and then I set the couch up for them. And so they didn't have to sleep together. I mean, they could have, I guess, if they wanted. But
there's anything wrong with that.
there was an opportunity for comfort. And anyway, so I woke up in the morning and I didn't see any bodies at all. And so I went downstairs to go across the street to get coffee.
Yeah.
And the driver was downstairs. He's like, "Hey, good morning." He's like, "Hey, I never heard from your buddy." I waited all night. And I'm like, oh, shoot. So I was like, shoot, I get on the phone because we got to fly back. We've got like meetings that day and stuff to do in the afternoon. And so we had to fly back to North Carolina.
With Kurt.
With Kurt, yeah, on Kurt's plane. So anyway, so I call him, no answer. I send him a text and I'm like, hey, buddy, I hope everything's okay. I'm going to get a coffee. Do you want one? And boom, he responds. He's like, yep, get me a large coffee. I'll see you there in 5 minutes. And so he got a cab to the house or to my place, and we got in the car service and took a power nap on the airplane, and he was right as rain.
So he rebounded.
Wow.
He like on a trampoline, man.
Do we know if did Kurt Busch get any sleep that
I'm just
night?
mad I didn't see Eddie Vedder play.
That's
I mean, let's just focus on that. I love Pearl Jam.
And Bill Murray
And Bill Murray. I met Bill Murray actually at a charity golf event.
Oh,
and,
that had to be great.
He was like, we're from Chicago, both of us, and so he had brought that up to me. I thought, wow, how flattering. And so then he goes, hey, what size clothes do you wear? And I was like,
Is Bill Murray?
yeah. And I was like, small? And he's like, okay, hold on a second. And he went to go get this bag, brought it out, and he laid out this shirt. It was like a zip-up short sleeve golf shirt and like a sweater, button-down sweater to go over it. And he kind of laid it out all nice. And he was like, do you like this? And I'm like, well, I mean, it's really nice. But I mean, surely you bought this with someone in mind. It's a ladies' small. And he's like, well, if you don't like it, I'm like, no, it's great. I'm like, oh, you know what? Thank you very much. I'm going to channel you and have my best day on the golf course when I wear this outfit. And I took it with me. So that was my Bill Murray encounter.
Now, what if I told you, growing up in northern Illinois on the border, that Bill Murray would one day be a fan of yours and try and dress you for a charity golf
I
tournament?
got to watch Caddyshack a few more times.
Is that right?
That's pretty. It's pretty cool. It's like stuff like that
Come on. Isn't that great?
you have to pull back a little and go.
Right.
It's cool. I meet a lot of really, really cool people, including yourself.
Well, gosh, come on now. You're trying to just flatter the host here on the Rich Eisen show.
Is it
By the way,
working?
that's on 1,000%. That is the way
Can I have a coffee? Can I have your coffee mug? Can I take
please.
it with me?
Yes, that
I
is yours.
collect coffee mugs.
That's yours to keep.
It's my only weird. I don't collect like quarters or, odd weird things.
Yes.
I collect coffee cups.
That is yours to keep, Danica, and fill in whatever you want. Put
you.
in some somnium, right?
Maybe.
Would go
no one
well
will
in
know
there?
what's in there.
Well, I know.
I'll just tell them it's this new red coffee.
That's the way it works. Yes, fill in
Is
whatever
that
you
how
want.
it works? Where's your cup?
I don't have mine here. I do have an Axe Capital mug that I got from the
There's a
show
whole
of
wall
Billions.
of drinks over there that I saw.
Those
so.
are fake. That's totally completely fake.
It's $2 Chuck bottles that we just relabeled.
Yeah, for two and a half
sweet
years
tea
ago.
that looks like something else.
Exactly.
Exactly. What do you do in terms of year after year after year? You've done this now for so long.
26 years.
It's unbelievable.
This is my 26th season of racing.
What do you do to keep doing this? How much longer do you think you want to keep doing this?
Well,
Danica?
I like to do things that are fun and bring me happiness. So, we started off the year in Daytona, and it was like the funnest Daytona I've had. And
Why? Why was it?
the car was good. It was fast, and I was passing cars, and I finished 4th in the Clash. I finished 6th in the duel before the race. Then I think I was maybe like 10th in the first stage, and then I was running 3rd and ended up 5th in the second stage, and then didn't finish the final race because there was a big accident. So I was having a really good start to the year, and that's fun. I like that. I could do that for a long time.
So
I don't like running 25th.
Right.
That's not fun.
So where do you get that competitive edge from? Where does that come from?
I mean, I think that that's something you have in you. I think that you can nurture it. I mean, there's nurture and nature, right? So I think my nature is competitive.
Right.
My dad is that way. My mom is a little bit that way even. But I think that, I mean, I grew up playing sports. I started racing when I was 10. So I mean, it was nurtured too.
What first got you in a car?
My sister, she was 2 years younger. Well, she is 2 years younger, and
Right.
she was 8 and I was 10.
Right.
And we used to go to the dirt track on Sunday nights. And my sister wanted to race go-karts. One of the girls in her class raced go-karts, and I think that kind of gave her the idea. And then going to the races, and my dad working and racing, or at least on Sunday nights anyway,
Right.
she wanted to be number 65, like the car my dad worked on. And so we bought go-karts to spend time together as a family. That was the purpose.
And now here you are, as you mentioned, 26 years into this. Now, I read that you said that if a doctor told you that you had too many concussions,
this
you would
was
get out of
on the
you'd get out
heels
of your
of Dale Jr.
Right.
being out for concussion symptoms and concussion-like symptoms, and he spent a lot of the year out last year. And we were doing media availability at Daytona, and I said that if a doctor told me one more big crash and you could be risking your health, I would be done. That's what I said.
You would be?
Yeah.
For sure. You would just
if the doctor said your brain is not in the right state, and if you risked it, then you're.
How many concussions have you had? Do you know?
Where am I right now?
Nice.
I
get that from a lot of football players, too.
I guess there's varying degrees of a concussion.
Sure.
So, in my mind, every time I've wrecked, I have had a concussion. I don't know if I'm wrong. I'm sure. I guess you probably should ask a doctor that. But
Right.
I would think every time you hit the wall in a race car, you have a concussion of
Right.
some sort.
Right. Well, it
I've
makes
probably had
sense, but
I would think I've had a handful of big ones.
right.
I've had a handful of big wrecks, but I would say I've had a handful of decent concussions.
Right. And then you're buddies with Dale Jr. I know
Yeah,
that. You
yeah.
go way back,
Yeah.
right, with Dale, and you were at his wedding, correct?
Yeah.
Is it
I
true?
caught the bouquet.
Now that's what you did.
I did.
Now, did it come right at you? Did you have to move?
I'm pretty
did you
sure
have to
his
get
wife
some lateral
Amy
movement?
was like, and she threw it to me.
And she threw it right to you. No,
Yep.
there's a photograph of you.
Yeah,
It's a
Denny's
very nice
laughing
bouquet.
in the background. You can see him on the left. He's like probably talking to Ricky, going, "Hey, buddy,
That's-
way to go."
Right, Hamlin. Is that Denny Hamlin?
Denny Hamlin,
Right,
yeah,
right there.
yeah.
What did Ricky have to say about the catching?
Nothing.
Of the bouquet?
He was he kind of walked away. That's the second bouquet I've caught.
And that's a signal, don't you think? I mean, that's
To do what?
I mean, to
Get married or to run?
I would vote for running.
Oh.
That's
well,
just
to use the
me.
football phrase, he's on the clock. I mean, it's a draft phrase. It would be on the
yeah.
clock, but
He knows that. He's well aware.
he's well aware. And he's out here, obviously, in Southern California.
Taking care of the dogs.
The dogs. Now, let's get into this real quick before we run out of time. You're a dog nut, right? It's National
Lover.
Puppy Day. This
I
is
was a
great.
dog in another life, for sure.
You think so?
Yep.
Obviously, a fast dog.
I
Obviously,
think I was a lonely dog. That's why I have so much sympathy for them being alone. I like them to be like a human. Like, don't leave them alone too long. They'll be sad and bored.
my wife is the same way.
And I can't leave
dog
them alone.
comes
I mean,
everywhere.
8 hours kills me. I'm like, we have to go home to the dogs.
But okay,
Like a couple hours is my comfort zone.
That's it? Do you
Like
leave-
3 hours, 4 hours?
do you leave the television on or the radio
Oh yeah,
on?
I put the music on for them. I make it a zen den for them. I put some.
What music are you putting on for your dogs?
I usually use Pandora. That's my favorite form of music. Does anybody buy CDs anymore?
No, of course, absolutely. But
so,
what do you put on?
I play Trevor Hall radio.
Okay,
He's kind of like, I don't even know how to describe the music.
okay.
I guess like
Well, the dogs enjoy it, right?
relaxing, zen, yoga-ish music.
Okay, so it's not like high-pitched music that only dogs can hear, is what you're saying. It's actual real music that we're putting on.
You know, actually, I have a little story about high pitch. One time I was walking into this like courtyard area of somebody's house, and I walked up and I was like, "Oh my God, what is that sound?"
Mm-hmm.
And it was a high pitched sound to get rid of like critters from coming in the yard, and
Mm-hmm.
nobody else could hear it. So there you go. I'm a dog.
You are. See, that's it. You are in your past life. Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Danica Patrick, please make this a regular stop when you come
Thank
into
you.
Los Angeles.
Maybe my feet could touch the ground next time. I need a little booster.
It's right there. There we go. Right there. Actually, I got a phone call. Would you mind taking a phone call from one of my listeners? or
yeah,
viewers?
sure. I
Okay.
love phone calls. I love surprise questions.
Let me do that real quick here. Scott in Pasadena, you're here on the Rich Eisen Show. What's going on?
Guys, Danica, a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm going to go race geek on you real fast. I can't make it out to Fontana, but I want to know. I have been following you. My family's been following you, and we cringe and scream curse words, including fib.
Careful.
And I know what it means. Ever since watching you and some of your finishes in open wheel and NASCAR. What is going on? Is it tires? Is it setup? Why aren't you getting all the way up to the front?
I wish I had an easy answer for you because I would just go ahead and fix it quickly. But I mean, I think part of it is just experience on some level. You know, I mean, these guys, you know, the drivers that I'm racing against, most of them have been in stock cars their entire life, and this is, you know, I was an open wheel driver, so. I mean, I think that plays into it sometimes, but then I think about the fact that I was doing better 3 years ago than I'm doing right now. So, like, am I a worse driver now than I was 3 years ago? Did I forget? So I think then it's a combination of having, you know, the right team around you, the right, you know, setup on, the right, you know, the people working really hard on the car to build the most downforce into it and, you know, use every trick known to man to make it, you know, stick to the ground as well as it can. I think there are a lot of things that play into it. I wish I had an easy answer for you. The truth is probably a little bit of everything, but, you know, I guess I would always say that I just, you know, just need the car to go faster.
Yeah, it's that.
You just need the car to be able to go faster.
It's that simple.
It needs to go down the straightaways faster, and it needs to stick in the corners better. I think sticking in the corners a little bit better is usually what gives you the ability to really, really go fast and be more consistent.
Well, we'll see it in the Auto Club 400 in Fontana at the Speedway coming up this weekend. Thanks for coming in, Danica. You got it.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.